Next, live for YouTube.
What up, YouTube? I knew you were going to want to say that. I was like, it's just weird when you start the YouTube video. They're like, what up, YouTube? And then, I don't know. It's weird.
Whatever. All right, here we go. Live for the podcast in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of Business Bros. What up, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode. Hernan Cias here, host of the Business Bros podcast, along with my co-host,
the insurance bro, James Cias with Pipeline Insurance. And we have an awesome show planned for you. We are excited not to have one, but two guests. Two awesome guests from an awesome group, the Home Solutions Group. Today we have on the show with us Clint Jones and Andre Mejias. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having
IB Locals, dude. IB Locals.
IB Locals.
They're from our neck of the woods.
Right?
Dude, crazy. All right,
before where we growed up.
Yeah, growed up. Exactly. All right, ladies and gents, before we get started with the conversation, remember 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. So if you got new shoes, used shoes, or you want to donate some cash and you want to see a cool Harley, hit up James, 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com. He'll hop on his Harley right over there, pick him up, give you an Instagram story or not. You can stay anonymous if you like. But either way, we appreciate the help. Thank you very much for all the donations we've had so far and all the donations we're going to get going forward. All right, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. You ready?
Yeah.
IB boys, because I couldn't shut up before the show. I keep having to stop my questions, right? I don't want to get started. All right, tell me a little bit about yourself, guys. What was IB like for you?
That's a tough question. I live like right outside of IB in San Diego.
Okay, you don't count. Andre, no, I'm just playing.
we actually both grew up like right there.
Yeah, we're like right on the line.
Yeah.
By 13th?
San Diego.
No, 19th. Like
19th. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So for me personally, it was smelling a lot of Mexican food.
Yes.
You know, carne asada fries.
Yes. Armando's?
No, he lives right in back of Victoria's.
Oh
my gosh.
You're literally smelling that all the time.
Oh my gosh. In the morning, I mean, as you can imagine, as being a kid, you know, it's a little heavier, packed a heavier frame, but
smelling calories.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I had to close off the windows and make sure none of the food scent came in. But aside from that, you know, just IB is home. You know,
it's home. It is. I recently moved out of IB, and I'm like, man, I want to move back over there.
Dude, it's honestly that ocean breeze, huh?
It is. It's just like being able to go down to the beach and, you know, walk on the beach and
whatever
a little bit. You know.
Yeah. So tell me, why'd you guys pick real estate? Like, I mean, there's a ton of things that you could have been doing.
Yeah.
And you picked real estate. What were you thinking?
So I was drawn to real estate from my career path. So I went to San Diego State, graduated. I ended up working for JP Morgan Chase, and at that time was 2009 to 2014.
The crap show. That's where you were at. Okay.
So
cool.
We did a lot of evictions, foreclosure, bankruptcy. I was in the corporate office side. So, and we had a huge office that was up in, where is it? Up north.
Claremont area or further north?
Yeah, further north.
San Marcos. Whatever.
Rancho Bernardo.
Rancho Bernardo.
But we were up there. They decided they were going to shut down the office, and you know, they offered me the same job, but that job was very sad, depressing, you know, taking people's homes away. They offered me a job in Dallas. I didn't want to move to Dallas either. So I took my severance, and I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, well, I'll jump to the other side, help people get into homes instead of, you know, taking them
instead
away.
of taking them.
Yeah.
Now, dude, I mean, I got to ask you, because the market's going to change again soon. I don't know if it's going to be as bad as, I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was 2007, 2008, but we are going to have a shift. So you're going to have, you know, short sales coming up. You're going to have some foreclosures coming up. Might be cool to have those connections with the bank, to have some of those asset managers toss you some REOs coming up.
Yeah.
Did you keep any of those connections, or did you burn those bridges?
Well, that whole office shut down, so it's not there anymore. But I know a few people from Chase still, and keep in contact and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool, because, I mean, you should always be preparing for what's ahead.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, right now, things are hot. Like, you still, I don't know why, but still, you put a sign up, it's going to get sold. You're still going to get multiple offers. You're still going a little bit above list price. But all that's going to change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't go like that forever. If you look at something as simple as how much do you make per year, double it for your household income, and how much house can you buy with that? Like, those numbers don't jive very much anymore. So eventually something's going to give, right?
Right.
And so, you know, I just, you know, my little piece of advice, I'd be working that old book of connections of people who are in the bank realm, or maybe doing some BPOs or whatever you need to do for some asset managers, and then just prepare yourself, because dude, it's double fold. Like, you guys do some investing too, right? Mm-hmm. So like to get those REOs as far as listings, and then maybe even have the opportunity to buy them as investors, like that's no brainer.
Yeah. Get that little residual income starting to build up a little bit, and
cash flow.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
it's all about the cash flow.
It's the American dream.
Yeah,
American dream.
So, dude, you guys were talking a little bit earlier about starting your own podcast.
Yeah.
Well, Andre is.
I mean, I haven't started anything. I haven't really even looked into it too much, but my thought is that there's so much behind just selling and buying and investing in real estate. There's developing the relationships, making connections, marketing, connecting with people that all play an integral part in that process. And I thought, sometimes it's not always the glitz and the glamour about buying and selling a home or investing in it. There's the struggles, there's sometimes, I'll be open to admit it, there's failures behind it, and I thought, how cool would it be to kind of just have an open table podcast and talk about the highs and the lows, Probably more lows than there is highs, but unfortunately, that's the aspect of the business that maybe, a lot of people aren't aware of, and I thought it'd be a cool thing to share.
It definitely would. Here's my thing about building a podcast, what I've learned anyways, right? I think I messed up when it came to the business bros. Honestly. Why? Because when I sat down and decided to do a podcast, originally I started with video, like we were debating, but like I told you guys, we did that Comic-Con video. It's a cool video, but it took me like 8 hours to edit, right? And I was like, so much dude, that's a lot of time for like one piece, right? So I was like, okay, maybe I should do something where I don't have to be dependent on him following me with the video camera all the time, and it's not so editing heavy. So we were like, okay, let's do this podcast thing. And the intention was for me to sell more real estate. Yeah. That was the initial intention. I'm going to, create content so that I can stay top of mind, right? And then, we'll sell more real estate that way. And I knew that going into it, I was like, well, we'll do this for like 2-3 years, and then it should turn something around in a good sense, right? Well, we did like 90 episodes, like 6 months worth, and like nobody was listening, bro. Like nobody cared. Until my 8-year-old said, Daddy, you got to get influencers on your show. And so who did I reach out to? Naturally, I reached out to the realtors I know. Yeah. And then before long, now what it is today is we have a huge real estate audience. Yeah. Well, that took a shit on me trying to sell real estate. Hey, you guys want to buy a house? Right? Like it doesn't work that way, right? So exactly. So I kind of messed up in that thought process, right? So who's going to be my target audience? What the way we fixed it is, well, now we mentioned that James does insurance on every show, right? And we know that each and every one of the realtors that come in have clients that are going to need an insurance policy, right? Same thing with lenders. So we built that relationship with the different agents, and now we have a means to maybe not monetize the direct podcast, but with the audience that we're creating. And so, like, I'm trying to tell my wife to start a podcast with her. And what I want to do with her is we'll just talk about our relationship. We've been together 18 years now, right? And 2 kids. So we'll just talk about whatever we had going on that week and what decisions we made, how we wanted to discipline the kids, or how we rewarded them, or what we fought over, just to have that open book. Because I know that's something that we're both passionate about, we both care about, and people want to listen. And then in those shows, when I build that audience, those are homeowners or people who rent, then that's going to be something different. So what I recommend for you guys, if you are serious about doing a podcast, maybe it doesn't have to be real estate. You're a realtor, but think about something that you really want to talk about every single day. Like, what do you do every single day that you would talk about or you would do for free anyways? Right. And build an audience around that and let that audience know what it is you do.
Yeah. Well, like, that's a cool thing. It's all about building connections. Like, so you have us coming through here. Maybe we have a deal in the future or something. Like, building the connections is never bad in real estate.
No, never.
So I mean, there's realtors out there, I think, that are like skeptical of that. I think it's the total opposite. Like, the more connections you have, the more people you know. Yeah. There's plenty of business out there for everybody.
Oh yeah.
It's just about you know, vibing with people, getting along, building relationships, and that's a big thing that we're about. And like our team, our group, whatever you want to call us.
Yeah.
But we're really about building relationships, getting back into the community, giving back. We have a huge beach cleanup day coming up, August 24th. It's a Saturday.
Right, Saturday.
So down in IB, you know, giving back to the community, building up that relationship. What we could do to give back to the community and where we came from.
Yeah, dude. What are you guys doing as far as like social media stuff? I mean, I see you post all the time, stories and stuff.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing like to help advocate what it is, like the beach cleanup? Are you guys doing a promo for that at all?
Yeah. So we do Facebook videos. We go live. We
do a lot of like Instagram, Facebook ads.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll make the video promoting the event, and then we'll do a giveaway if they share the stuff, you know, so that way spreads word of mouth fast.
Gives people an incentive to be like, oh shoot, like, you know, I want to get Starbucks gift card. Let me share this video with my other friends and
promo for
my you know, my family, and let them possibly get involved or a chance or
yeah.
opportunity to win something, you know.
Yeah, and it's all for a good cause anyway. So people come out, clean up the beach, win a couple prizes. You know, it's all good. It's all good karma. You know, giving a little, you get back.
I'll give you another promo. I'll help you get in with the schools. You know, seniors need like community service to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I were you, I'd reach out to the schools, maybe the ASBs of the schools, and then share the promo on how you can come out and how many community service hours you get.
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean? And that's a good reach into a public school system, because you're offering the opportunity for these kids to get the hours that they need to graduate.
Right.
And on top of that, they're going to share it with the parents because, you know, they want their kid to get the hours. This is a cool thing to come out and help clean up the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Mar Vista right there, which means you got all the homeowners or at least tenants in that area.
Right.
You could do Southwest High that's close by.
Yeah.
Who else is close by? San Ysidro's kind of close enough.
No, well, the seniors is more for a high school, right?
Yeah.
So we couldn't even target the middle school. But, I mean, well, Mar Vista and Southwest, for sure, that would definitely be a great target.
When does the school start back?
Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back to school Monday.
So they'll be in
That's
school.
crazy.
They'll be full force already.
Yeah, it's perfect, dude. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So I mean and that's like a community area you want to reach. So most schools have like a PTA organization, and the cool thing about that is you can cross promote. Mm-hmm. So they'll help you. Like you create a marketing campaign, you add their logo to it. This is the whole event that we're doing. Boom, you're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, and it just gives it like a little bit more traction to it, you know.
Well,
the school's involved. Okay.
Yeah, well, you're opening up like your marketing campaign. Like you have a list of people that you're going to market to, right? And so you're hoping that they share it. Well, what if you went to like an influencer like the school, and they shared the opportunity with everybody else? Mm-hmm. Or even better, like you hit up the Red Cross and you're like, hey, we're going to do this event. Do you want to do a blood drive here too? And then they promote the blood drive event that you're putting on and promote it to their marketing list. Yeah. Now you have two huge lists that are getting your message out at the same time.
Yeah. Right.
And it makes your event cool. Right?
That's big time.
Yeah, and that's big time. But it just takes a little bit of reaching out. Hey, this is what event we're going to do. We want to promote it. You know, we're doing a beach cleanup. Would you like to be part of it?
Yeah, sure.
Boom.
Yeah, and the thing with it is like when you reach out to someone, you say, hey, we're doing a beach cleanup. They're like, yeah, we'll get involved. Like, what do you need from us?
Yeah,
it's not like, hey, we're raising money for something and we need this. No, but people are more likely to get involved when it's something like that. We did a turkey drive, we did a toy drive this year, and then we just
did the Easter egg hunt.
We did a community Easter egg hunt for the community too, and that was all free, like free tacos. Free Easter egg hunt, prizes. Someone won a 55-inch TV. So
gift cards. I think it was like a couple super soakers. Kids are
loving
stoked.
it out there.
I mean, it looks like
and it's just coming from a place where like that's where we grew up. We never thought we were gonna be in a position where we could use this platform to give back or to have an event like that. It's super rewarding. It's like,
dude, I think you should guys.
In the field.
You should probably do like a water gun fight too, like a beach cleanup ending with a water gun fight and awards. Dude, that would be dope, dude.
It would have to be BYOS, bring your own soaker.
Yeah, bring your own soaker. That'd be cool though. Like, how fun would that be? Like, maybe people don't come to the beach cleanup. Maybe but everybody wants to come out and have fun.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And you always want to do like a water gun fight, but people don't want to play like a Nerf gun fight, right? That would be sick if everybody had a Nerf gun and they were all shooting each other.
My God.
But you never can do it.
With the Nerf guns that they're out now,
I don't know.
Right? They're like fully automatic, right?
have to wear your face mask and like a mouth guard to protect your teeth.
So
Yeah.
that's something that we ran into at the Easter egg hunt. It's like it's a logistical nightmare. Like kids are, you have kids, separate ages, or like they could be the same age, or like they act the same age and they're separate ages. So like, how do you separate the kids and like separate the ones that are a little slower than the ones that have like big brothers and stuff, and then they're all tackling each other.
Yeah,
and, like, running after
it was. But either way, it was like just the vibe there was like. It was crazy. It was just seeing people, even people, family and community was like, we're not from San Diego. We don't have any family here. So we were just strolling through the park and saw this. And we can't thank you guys enough, because they felt like, on Easter, especially, people go with their families and they link up for a barbecue.
You almost literally answered prayers, because that's kind of what Easter's basically about. It's not really about the eggs and the rabbit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually a religious holiday, right?
To kids, it's only about eggs.
Yeah,
man.
eggs and
we
chocolate.
put out like 1,000 eggs. They were gone in 15 seconds, 30 seconds.
They get picked up like crazy.
It was like what we were talking about. The zombies earlier.
Well, these are kid zombies getting chocolate, right?
Gosh, yeah.
Well, I'll give you a heads up for the next time. Like what we do in our family, because Mexicans have a ton of cousins, right? So we got a bunch of little kids, and what we do is we create, like, we pick colors. So we'll put like 10 eggs of a particular color, and we put them all out, and then each kid gets a specific color, so they can go hunting for eggs, but they can only pick up their color eggs. So maybe you do that in groups, like you know what I mean, and you hide eggs. No, I get it. But well, dude, you live and learn, right? You're gonna try it,
right?
But I think that'd be cool, like, just to do a promo. I might even, maybe I'll put my foot in my mouth. Man, I think it'd be cool to help you guys promote that, and to put together that event in my old neck of the woods, and then get some.
Yeah, more the merrier. I mean, like I said, like building connections, having people out and helping us. That's all it's all about, and giving back. It's not about gaining a client or whatever, but. I mean, obviously that helps.
Obviously,
right?
It is,
it
right?
The
bottom line is that ultimately you're trying to get as much exposure and stay top of mind and engage with the community,
right.
But you're doing it in a value first way.
Yeah, it's about exposure, about content, but giving back and then receiving, if that happens.
It's a karma thing, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if you put out the positive vibes enough, people will feel obligated to give back in a certain way. And it might not be those people, but maybe they refer somebody, or maybe they like the fact that you're helping out the community. Maybe IB starts to recognize, hey, these guys, like, they're here, they're in our community, they're helping us out. Like, this is who we want to talk to.
And that's what we're about. We really want to help people, like, genuinely, whether it's in real estate or whatever it is. Like, if we could help you and give you a turkey for Thanksgiving, or you need some extra toys for your kids,
or even like the past clients or homeowners who purchased a couple of years ago, something as them coming to the community and how are things, and they learn from word of mouth or from one of us that interest rates are lower than where they've been or where they were projected to be. So hey, might be a good time to streamline that loan that you financed at a higher rate a couple of years ago. Just little things like that. It just Clint was telling me earlier, it's like food for the soul. It makes
100%.
You just get that self gratitude and it just.
What started off as real estate is like now we have this platform to give back, and that's why I truly found like that's what I like to do. I like to give back. I like to do these events where we're helping people out. I mean, that's where it hits you.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why it's funny, dude. I've been told a number of times that, dude, I could be an asshole sometimes because I just tell things like it is. I'm like, dude, we're selfish human beings. Like, we figured out that giving and that bringing joy is like one of the most addicting things we can do. Yeah. Like, it actually feels good to us,
right?
So we do it more.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's selfish as hell, right?
Yeah.
It really is,
right?
But if you look at it from that perspective, you can fake help somebody and it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you genuinely help somebody and you see that smile in their face or their tears in their eyes, like, you feel good. You might even cry a little. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might really get you, but you're like, damn, let's do that again. Yeah. Right? Like, that's what it's like.
We had some families reach out to us, and they were going through hard times during the holidays while we were doing this stuff. And like, those are ones that we didn't broadcast it, or we didn't make nothing of it. But those ones where we went and gave back, like, and took our own time out, that was like the most. That's what we live for.
Yeah, 100%.
You mean there's nothing you can really. I don't even think you could put a price on it. Seeing a child's expression by just receiving a toy, just to receive a toy,
Oh yeah.
or a gift, or even a family getting a turkey just when they can't physically able to provide for their own families or whatever. You know, it's just it's a
great feeling.
Yeah, it is.
And
it
you know
really
what? And honestly, dude, those holidays, we're about to hit the holiday season again. You guys know that
crazy.
we only really have 3 months, maybe 3 months and like a week of actual business in our industry, right?
Yeah.
Because once Halloween hits, it's pretty much over.
Yeah.
Like
Thanksgiving,
November, December
no
don't really exist in the real estate realm, right?
Yeah.
But those are great times to do these types of events, to still stay top of mind and bring something of quality, something of, you know, human nature to the world.
Right.
So, I mean, hey, 3 months, dude, you better get those deals on in the pipe already because we're around the end of the year.
That brings up something that reminded me of a conversation that we had like through Instagram, but like all positivity, right? Like positivity spreads. Like I always say on my post, like positivity is contagious. Like, and just putting that positive vibe out there, it's gonna bring you positivity back. Like
100%, dude. Like I'm a big proponent of giving people perspective. Like there's always somebody who's gonna come out with an opinion, and if it's negative, I'm always like, yeah, I mean that's true, but there's this other side of it, right? Everything has two sides. There's no hot and cold. Like in the summer, I don't take a boiling hot shower, right? And in the winter, I don't take a boiling hot shower. But in the winter, my water might be warmer than in the summer. My water might be cooler. But there's all that gray area where you really feel comfortable, where you're really happy. And I think most people today are stuck on, you know, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, you know, I believe in God, I don't believe in God. Like there's a middle ground for everything. There's a human element to everything. And I think if we can find that good side of everything, find the good, and you're just going to live a happier life. Like, I don't know about you, dude, but stress like sucks for me. Some people like the drama. Like I don't mind maybe watching some drama or some action, but living that would, dude, I mean, I don't have any hair, but if I did, it'd be gone if I had to live that, right? I mean, that's the way it is. That's I don't know, man. I really like the fact that you guys are doing the positive stuff in the community.
That's one thing I was gonna say, like the positivity. That's crazy. Like but like finding the good, positivity, all of that is all gonna come back to you. You know what I mean? You give, it's gonna come back. And then just living that life, being stress free and being happy, you know, enjoying. Like I think I seen another post of yours, like enjoy the process.
The process.
The process.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the struggle, you know. Sorry, I mean, like embrace the struggle. You know, there are times that we're going through stuff and we're just like, geez, like I can't seem to get out of my own way, you know. It seems like things are tougher than usual, whatever it may be.
Just take a step back, you look at life, you're like, man, like I'm in this position already.
But you're awake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're breathing.
But look how far you've came.
But you're living in America.
Exactly.
Like there's running water. Like you can take a dump and it flushes. You know what I mean? Like we take the little things for granted, but it's the truth, dude. Like whatever's going on.
We live in San Diego. Look outside right now.
No humidity. It's a beautiful day. Like I mean, there's always something that you can turn to. And you know, speaking of the process, man, like one big thing that I've been trying to push as much as possible is not to push towards retirement. Like there's no such thing as retirement. Figure out what makes you happy and then be able to do that. Because you're right, the process is when you wake up every day and you enjoy what you do. Like it's not easy, but you like doing it. Like, you know, we always talk about when we were kids. I was telling you guys that no matter where we went, my dad would always build a garden in the house. And so here we go. We're out there with shovels, digging holes and trenches, and then planting the seeds. And that's work. But you stand back at the end and you're like, I did that. You know what I mean? Like when we bought another house before we bought this one, and we wanted to build a retaining wall, and so he would come over every day, and we'd bust out the shovels, and we're like digging through roots and all this stuff, and we're like hands getting calluses and all this stuff. But we look back and like we built that. You know what I mean? It was work, but you like doing it every day. It was for us. It was that fun part, and it doesn't mean that fun part is easy, but you like doing it every day. Like whatever it is, figure that out for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's always good to get your hands dirty sometimes too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's good for the soul,
dude. I think as humans, we all have purpose. Like if you don't have a purpose, like, you know, if you're just sitting on the couch and just playing like Xbox all day or whatever, like that's fun. For a time, like it'll get old. Like you,
unless you're getting paid for it.
unless you're getting paid for it, that might be. But that's a whole different ballgame, right? You figured out a way to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'll tell you a quick story. When we used to have the computer store, right? And as it was going down, I was like, man, all I want to do is play Halo all the time, right? Because we were playing Halo back then. So I bought TVs and we put them on the wall. We had 4 TVs on the wall and we had 4 Xboxes. And we're like, we're just gonna promote this and we're gonna tell the kids to come over and they'll play like like an arcade, like just come play Xbox Live and play games, whatever. And nobody came. It sucked, right? But our friends came over and we were playing Halo at the office all day. And then eventually that actual idea turned into the game truck that we ended up buying, and that worked because we were coming to the kids' parties all the time. But figure out a way to play video games, right? And literally, I would go every evening and the weekends to kid birthday parties and play video games. And if I wasn't playing, the people wouldn't really tip me that much. But if I was playing with the kids and having fun, I got bigger tips.
Nice.
Isn't that weird, dude? I got paid to play video games.
Yeah, because people see your passion, they gravitate towards you. It's kind of something like I always tell Andre, like post your successes, like post your people want to see success. Right? People will gravitate towards success.
People want to see the failures too, dude. I posted when I ate shit, dude, on the scooter.
Oh shit!
Dude, that was a good one. Like I thought I was
one of those birds, the electric birds.
No. That would have been bad, dude. Those things go fast.
They're like 25 miles.
Yeah, those things haul ass. No, I was on a little razor, like the. And I was going down the little hill and I hit a rock and it was one of those moments where it's slow motion. You're like, you're going down, dude. You're going down. Just figure out how to fall the best way. My son watched me do it the whole time. I was like, damn. So that hurt. But my ego is probably never gonna record. No, he wasn't. If you videotaped it, I would have posted it. That would have been funny. But no video. But he looked at me. He's like, Dad, I saw the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Liam gave us the great idea to get influencers on the show, but he failed by not getting that video.
Yeah, I need to strap a GoPro to his head.
like everybody has one nowadays, like following you around with camera.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, dude, it's people want to see like real stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we like the production stuff too, and there's a place for that. But honestly, people want to see the real stuff. Like look at the ads that are popping up in your stories or the ads that are popping up in your feed. They're usually people holding it like a selfie because it's more real. Right. Like it's more connected. You want to know something trippy though? I listen to a lot of Gary Vee, and I saw a video that he went to some marketing camp, whatever the training thing that he went to, and they were talking about using like let's say all the audio that I have collected, and then they have like more of a CGI look of me with my audio. Now you won't even be able to tell the difference whether it's really me or if it's like
3D,
right, dude.
animated.
And so like what's
crazy.
real at that point?
Yeah.
Like at that point, like I can make it look like a selfie, but it's still my voice. Right. But is it really me?
Well, it's just content,
right?
Yeah. That's
so that blew my mind. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like
I want to do it.
No, I don't know if I want to do it. I mean, can you imagine somebody's got to create that stuff? Right now, we're not there yet, but we're gonna get there. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Putting on a VR and then like you're in the show with you. Like, like talking.
Were you seeing like Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Dude, that's dope though. Tell me that would be sick. Like,
well, it goes back to like what you said, just being in a video game.
But are you?
Yeah.
Like you're physically in a chair, but your reality is wherever you are.
Yeah.
So check this out. Right now, they got Comic-Con going on, and in Balboa Park, they have a Batman museum. And one of my good friends from karaoke helped to design this VR experience. So you go to the Batman museum and you put on one of those VR glasses things, that goes in front of your whole head, and you're wearing a bat helmet. Right? Oh. It's a helmet with ears, and you're going to put on a Batman shirt and everything, the whole thing. And then you get into this wind tunnel where you're basically, it's kind of like indoor skydiving. And in the VR tunnel, you're flying in a bat suit through Gotham City.
Dude. And you're feeling it.
And you're feeling it because you're in a wind tunnel.
That's crazy.
So that brings my question, right? What is it? Is it reality? Is it real? Like that's the Matrix question. Crazy. You remember the Matrix? Yeah. Like what is reality?
It's mind expansion.
Is it a chemical reaction in your brain? Yeah. Because that can happen.
Electrical impulses.
Yeah. I forgot what he says.
Electrical impulses interpreted by your brain.
There you go.
Dude,
see,
that's insane. Yeah, I feel like we could go even deeper with this.
Oh yeah. You definitely can. But that's the fun, right?
Yeah.
Now take it to a business level. Like, what if I showed you homes and you never left yours?
You left your house,
right? What if I let you smell the way this place smells or feel the IB breeze?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
New construction smell or something, you know?
Yeah.
That, or like
fresh paint.
Fresh
Fresh
paint.
carpet.
Or walk you through the whole thing. Or you're walking through the room, you're like, no, I don't like the TV here. Make sure you put the electrical outlets on this side, right? And you've never left the house.
It's just to like plug out here
Yeah.
and then go plug in over there.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh
even
my
move.
gosh, yeah. Or like, what if you're, you know, into home renovations or you're an investor and you're like, you know what, I'm not in the country right now, so let me do this virtual tour of this property that's maybe distressed. And they're in there, and rather than having to have a blueprint, they have it all.
You're in
there.
the rendering.
You can take down this wall.
Yes.
Move this window.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah,
dude,
that
the
would be
world is
sweet.
going in a crazy place. Just technology opens up the doors. And the question is, are you on the front line learning these things?
Yeah.
Are you able to talk about these things? Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're stuck in a traditional, let me represent you world, right? But I've had conversations with agents saying, like, do you work with buyers or do you work with sellers? Right? I mean, I can ask you guys, buyers or sellers mostly?
Buyers.
Buyers, right?
Yeah.
And you know, like every time you look at a deal, they're not always giving you half of the commission anymore.
Right.
And then you got places that are doing like 1% and they're telling you, hey, negotiate your own commission. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so buyer representation is slowly making its way out the door. No agent wants to accept it, but it's the truth.
Mhm.
Like if you just look at the trajectory, so maybe you should be working your butt off to get listings.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole new platform. You guys seen the auction platforms?
Mhm.
Like that's a whole nother ballgame. That's
Yeah.
a seller. Don't even worry about the commission. The buyer's gonna do it and finance it on the other side. Like, dude, there's like people are gonna
Yeah.
get creative, and markets always cycle, so things don't always pan out long term.
Right.
But they've already set in their claws, and like now you have a floor. Now
Right.
you know what's capable and who's responsible and what you're willing to deal. So you know, like you got to be on the cutting edge of whatever is going out there, even if you're not practicing it, understanding it, and then getting an idea of what's going on, so you can be prepared for the future.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Because dude, the future's here.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people are putting these crazy ideas out there, and it kind of goes back to tradition. But at the same time, you're right. Like, who knows what's gonna catch? What's gonna be the next catch? And what's gonna, like, people are gonna gravitate towards that. I think what the important part is just being able, like, I go back to you, be genuine and help a person. You know, help a person through the process, or help a person achieve their goals, and that kind of defeats all those gadgets. You know what I mean? If you're just genuine in your business.
It is definitely going to be a relationship gig,
Yeah.
right? I 100% agree with that. Except I want you to think of this: a 17-year-old today has never known a life without electronics,
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
And so that 17-year-old is going to be 28 in 10 years. What's the relationship with them going to be like?
Right.
It probably wasn't handshake and face-to-face as much as it was consistent DMs and constant posts, right? It's just going to be a little bit different. Or at that point in 10 years, who knows where we're at? I mean, you know what I mean? But
that's why we get them to go help out with the beach cleanups, you know?
right? See, exactly.
Remember,
exactly.
I got you your
And-
community service hours.
Right? And I'll throw you another curveball. We're all assuming that in the next 10 years, we haven't had a major world conflict or like a plague. You know what I mean? Like anything can happen. It's just a matter of, are we prepared and have we seen anything, or are we thinking about anything? Like
Right.
you always have to have those things in the back of your mind. You look like you wanted to say something.
Oh no, I was just like, can we hope that like none of that stuff
I know.
actually?
Oh, I hope none of it happens.
No
I
plagues.
definitely hope none of that happens, right? No Thanos snapping, please.
I know, right?
Go back to, like, take a step back and, like, we gotta really enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Yeah,
this time that
exactly.
we're living
But-
right now.
Hey, let's be honest. That's how my mind works. Like sometimes I'm sitting out here and I'm
You're
looking
taking us to a
outside,
dark place,
right?
right?
But I do sometimes. Like I don't know why my mind goes off like that. But I look outside, you know, and like from my window, for those of you listening, like you can see downtown, you can see the aircraft carriers, you can see the Navy bases,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, damn, that would suck if I just saw, right? And I don't want it to happen, but
Yeah, I mean,
I start
yeah.
thinking like, do I have enough water put away? Right? Do I have enough
cash?
ammo? Do I have cash?
Right.
Like, do I have an exit strategy? Like, that stuff goes into my head.
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna feed off that a little bit. Is remember a couple of years ago, a whole power outage. I think it was all
Yeah,
Southern
yeah.
California, all the way up to LA, was out for like
6 hours or something like
something crazy, but all because somebody in Arizona.
that. Like, clip the line. Or at least that's what they told us.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think about that, and I remember I was hanging out with you, and we're like, man, like, like, we better go get like our shotguns, and like, you don't know who's gonna try, looters, people try to take advantage. And you know, you can't go and buy food, you can't take out any cash because the ATMs are down. And literally it was just like,
I think we borrowed like $20 from my dad and went to buy beer.
Yeah.
Sat on the grass.
That was priority number one.
But dude, I saw a documentary on something like that, and it was like they showed the phases. And like the first couple days, everybody's like, oh, you know, buddy, sharing, barbecues. And then you realize that things aren't coming back. And you start running out of water. And you start running out of food. And then you start the little stealing from here and there. And then you start not trusting anybody. And it got ugly pretty quick.
Like, where's our dog? You know, and it's like you find out that the freaking neighbor got your dog because they're trying to, you know, survive.
You just never know. And that's the thing about, you know, humans is we're very emotional, but we still got those basic necessities, those basic survival necessities. Right. So I mean, you know, I don't know. I guess we did take it to a dark place, but
super dark.
So my bad.
Positivity.
Yeah,
bro.
positivity. But on the bright side, we're not there yet.
Talk to us in 5 years.
Contagious, man.
Nah, dude. I don't know. I'm
gonna keep going exactly like it is. Getting better.
Well, I'm positive, but I also don't fool myself. Like, I know there's ups and downs. I know there's peaks and valleys. I'm glad every day that we wake up, everybody I know woke up, you know, and you know, I know sometimes eventually stuff's gonna happen. Just be there to support people, right? I mean, just be the rock when somebody needs you to be the rock, because eventually you're gonna need a shoulder to cry on too, right? And that's the simplicity of it. And if you do good things for people often enough, good things will come back.
Yeah. Right. And in this business, it's all about building relationships. You know, building these long-lasting relationships, like where people reach out to you or like refer their friends to you, refer their family to you. Mm-hmm. And that's something that we do with our businesses. Like we do, you know, these events. We could bring our past clients out and have a barbecue, give back to them. You know, they helped us with our business. How could we help them with their business or whatever their goals are?
For sure. Yeah. All right, dude. I gotta ask you guys, because I know we when it gets crazy, we go long on time, huh? Yeah. Sorry, my bad, dude. My bad. All right, let's do the Ask the Bros section. So you guys can go ahead and ask us, either me, him, both, whatever, personal questions, business questions, whatever you guys want.
So I guess my question was, I was gonna ask how you start the podcasting. You kind of answered that already. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years?
Ooh, you know what? That's an excellent question, dude. 5 years from now. My goal right now is to start building a number of different audiences. So I'm like this close from getting the wife to actually do that other podcast I was telling you about. Yeah. She's not as easy to be as vulnerable as I am, right? Yeah. But I'm gonna start doing a whole different segment with my students, targeting like 17-year-old kids and helping them grow as young entrepreneurs, or at least, you know, on that level, have some fun with 17-year-olds. That's gonna be a whole different audience. In 5 years, I see myself. Yeah. Exactly. And in 5 years, I see myself having multiple audiences with every single one of my licenses producing as a line of revenue for myself. So tax, like I have a tax license, we have the insurance company, we have the real estate company, maybe not accounting. I have a degree in accounting, but I don't really know if I'm going to do anything with that. Yeah, but in education, the other one's going to be in education, right? So I feel like in 5 years, if I do this correctly, I'll have amassed a large audience, because I think that's where the biggest real estate grab is right now, is creating audience, people that know you, trust you, and will do business with you. Right. So if I can create that audience in 5 years, then the sky's the limit. At that point, like if you sell a t-shirt for $10, you know, you're making $10 a t-shirt, you sell 1,000 t-shirts in a month, right? Yeah, and that's cold. No problem. And that's one item. Yeah. Right.
That's
so
one avenue of income, pretty much.
Yeah.
So based off podcasts or more like YouTube stuff?
It's all of it. So check it out. What I'm doing with my students this year, and I don't know if it'll work, but this is my plan, is I'm going to take each section of the financial algebra book. Like the first one is on banking. So we're going to talk about checking accounts, saving accounts, that sort of stuff, right? Opening a bank account. And rather than just open the book, read the book, do the worksheet, I'm going to have them create content as if they're selling a particular product. Like if they're selling somebody on coming and buying a checking account or whatever, based on the emotions that you need or whatever. And I'm going to have them create content for YouTube. I'll have them create a content piece for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And that's how they're going to learn the material. And at the same time, it's like I get to have 150 interns, right, creating pieces of content. Yeah. And it'll be good for their channel and that audience. And if they're really good, I'll bring them on board when they graduate and hire them, and then
Nice.
put them to work because they're already making us money.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the goal in the way I want to teach the course this year. I don't know if it'll work, but that's my attempt for this year.
That's awesome. That's exciting. That the future's bright.
Future's bright, right?
Yeah.
And think about it. Now they're going to graduate and they have a marketable skill, right?
Yeah, and it's getting them involved. I guess.
Yeah.
They
They don't teach you that in high school.
That was
No.
You know? Or
Well,
that
there-
was one of the
and
hard
let-
things of high school for me. Like I never wanted to be involved in that. I just wanted to go pass the test and leave.
And leave.
Not even
Yeah.
be there.
And that was like
right?
that's kind of like what's I think you had mentioned something. I saw it on one of your podcasts or a snippet of it. Is that as education wise, you know, like school, they kind of train you to just go for that A, and
Mhm.
then once you get the A, then what?
Then what?
You know?
It means nothing.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. The end game. The end game is you got the A. So
Yeah.
that's-
Ooh, great.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
really. We had to really start teaching like what is a goal and finding strengths earlier age. I think that's
What is the purpose?
Yeah.
And I have it written up there. Like I'm gonna have my teams, right? And so there's gonna be video people who capture, post produce, and publish, right? So that's one person's
what they like
job.
to do.
You have a writer because there's people who can do
Right.
video and video editing, but they don't want to write. And but people who can write ad copy and you know nice little stories or blog posts. And then you have like a designer, somebody who's gonna do like thumbnails and imaging and that sort of stuff. And like that's one team.
Right.
And we're going to create content for one platform, and you're going to create on the same content. And this other team, they're going to have the same type of team, but they're going to be doing it for YouTube, which is a completely different platform. And I don't know all the platforms by heart, but I'm going to learn them. I'm going to learn them because they're learning them, and we're going to learn them together.
And they probably know more than you.
And they're
already.
probably going to
Yeah.
teach me stuff, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
and it
awesome.
just gives us more time to learn the stuff. And then when they graduate, now they have a skill.
They're like, well, I found somewhat of my passion.
They can go to anybody. They can go up to you guys and be like, hey, I've been content creating for a year. Do you guys need a content creator?
Yeah.
Yeah, I charge $500 a month, and I do 10 pieces for you. Oh, yeah, it's
Shoot.
worth it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Seriously.
So, but it's a marketable skill. Like they have a means to make some money, and they don't have to go get a job. They've created their own.
Yeah.
Right.
Like to me, that's power.
Yeah,
it
it is. Yeah, basically, don't need somebody telling you what to do or get your 9 to 5.
You're basically going up to them and saying, "Can I make you some money? All right, I'll charge you, but I'll make you more. I'll make you like threefold.
Yeah.
You good with that?"
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like out of high school, before you're like, well, what do I do? I'm gonna go to college.
Yeah.
Or-
Well, you do what you're told to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So-
do. You don't do what you.
Yeah, like I didn't go straight
Wanna
to
do.
college.
Right.
I found a job, and Andre
Yeah.
found a job.
Right.
And then you just kind of like figure out life because no one teaches you what you're good at.
Mhm.
You don't find that at early age, and I think that's important to start installing younger.
Even now, like I'm 30, I'll be 37 this year. I still don't 100% know what I am. I'm like an 85, 90% know who I am. But there's still that little piece that's like, maybe if I figured that out, like,
Earlier,
yeah,
you would have been like so much further.
It'd have been
in
different.
life. Yeah,
It'd have been
it's
different.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
it's not, there's a difference between knowing what you can do well and knowing what you can do well that you love,
Mhm.
right? Or you can do something good enough that you love to do on a daily basis. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you have these abilities, how do you use them to
To-
do that?
yes.
Or to
To do
be
something that
what
you
you want to
that
be.
you
Yeah.
love, right.
Yeah.
Have a
That's the
passion
key.
for it.
Yeah.
Makes you happy.
And once you figure that out, you don't have to
Yeah.
work a day in your life
Right.
because you're doing it. You would have done it for free anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good question. All right, who do you guys think would be a good podcast guest?
I think Andre brought up Eric Martinez,
The
Inspectors
Inspectors
Company.
Company.
He's a
Inspectors
great
Company.
friend of ours, and he helps us with our events. We do them side by side. So, Inspectors Company's best inspectors in the business.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tag them and then and we'll get them on the show. And then let me know about your event. Like we'll talk a little bit more, and yeah, we'll see what we can cross promote. We'll talk to the City of IB. We'll
Yeah,
I
talk
already
to
talked to him. Yeah, I got
yeah.
the dates locked in and everything.
Perfect. And
Yeah.
then we'll talk to a bunch of other people, and we'll try to cross promote these events because there's a lot of people trying to put together events, and if you already got the spot locked in, might as well pack that beach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let's get
I
as
know.
many people out there as we can. August 24th. I guess we'll have it sometime like in the afternoon, 5, 4.
Cool.
Sunset hour.
Yeah,
People
so
out
you're
there
not-
picking up trash.
That way you're not
Water gun
cooking.
fight.
Yeah.
We're gonna fight.
Oh.
Some prizes.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I can't wait.
That'd be a good time, right?
Water
Stock up on the
balloons.
biggest water gun. The one with
Super
the
Soaker
backpack.
5000 Ghostbusters pack. All right.
This camera.
That camera. All right. Tell them. Yeah. For you guys.
For Clint first.
For Clint first. Yeah. How to get people get a hold of you?
So yeah, obviously you could give me a call 619-797-0948. Find me on Instagram, Clint the Realtor. It's pretty easy.
Clint the Realtor.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next.
You're right here, huh?
That one there.
There we go. You can contact me on my cell phone, 619-306-6007. My email is Andre the Realtor. That's with 2 E's.com. Andre the Realtor, gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Boom.
Boom shock.
I got a question for you guys. Preferred method of contact. Now, I know you'll let a client contact you anyway, but what's your preferred method of contact? Like, which one do you just respond to quickly? Text.
Phone calls? I
mean, yeah. Of course we answer. Yeah. Of course. Well, like I said, like you get a social, you're gonna answer it. You get a text, you're gonna answer it.
Yeah.
But what's your preferred? Everybody has a preferred, right? I think I'm text too, by the way. Text or DM.
But I feel like if someone calls you, it's important you answer it.
Yeah. The problem is you can't always answer it right then and there. Sometimes, like you could be at church, man. And you're like, God's gonna get mad.
Lord, forgive me.
You have the auto text, right? Like,
yeah, you do. Like, can I call right back?
I think text for me personally, because when you pick up the phone, hey, I'm so and so interested in selling or buying, right after you hang up, you're already requesting information like where do you live, comps, or more so along the lines like
text is important.
Yeah, and then you kind of create that paper trail, so you don't ask redundant questions. Like, hey, you mind sending me your email again? You can just kind of scroll through it if you need to.
100%.
So text for
document
me.
Well, you guys did good.
Yeah.
First podcast?
Yeah.
First podcast.
Oh, dude. Well,
welcome
aboard.
Now we're going to start one.
Now you can start one. Now you're ready to go. All right, quick reminder, ladies and gents. 365 pairs of shoes. I don't even know what camera I'm looking at. Probably that one. All right, 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. New, used, or cash donations are accepted. And if we do this event, we'll let you know. Maybe you can bring shoes on that day.
Shoes out for
sure. And we'd love to
yeah.
collect those shoes that day. All right, and if you have shoes currently, 619-884-0045 or James at csfirst.com. He'll hop on his Harley, go out there and pick them up. And remember, he does insurance, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to add insurance into your business, maybe you have a real estate office, a tax office, or a mortgage office, you want to add that business line, you can hit him up. Or if you want to just insure your life, your health, your commercial or personal property, 619-884-0045 or James at csfirst.com. That's all we got for you guys today. Peace. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.
And we're out.
All right.
Bye,
well
Facebook.
done. Good night. Goodbye, Facebook. Thanks a lot.
Easy peasy, right?
Yeah.